Good afternoon. It is Thursday. Today, as I alluded to in an email and a few other things, we're going to be doing an oil change and just general maintenance. You'll have to forgive me. I'm not a professional videographer, so I'm going to be moving around probably, and who knows, maybe I'll cause some seasickness. So we're in the Garage of Wonders with this. It's like a 19, I want to say it's a 73 or 74. Don't quote me on that. Simplicity Baroness. It's basically a Panzer tank that mows grass and pushes snow. It doesn't turn on a dime. It's not fast. It's super powerful as far as a lawn tractor. I mean, this is truly a garden or lawn tractor. It's not like what you buy at, the big box stores where they stamp them out like a cheap car. This thing has a frame. It's thick quarter-inch steel. I mean, this is an actual tractor. So first step first, let's talk about what we're going to need to do this. We're going to change oil. We're going to grease up all the fittings, and then we're just going to do a general inspection. I would recommend a flashlight. I don't have one on me right now. I'm just going to probably, walk you through it. But here, let's talk about what we need for tools. So for what we're going to be doing today, need a pan to catch the old oil and a proper way of disposing of it. I've got a bucket with a lid, a 5-gallon bucket I'll keep adding to. When it gets filled, I'll take it up to one of the local oil change places where they'll recycle it. A lot of them have oil burners that they'll use to heat in the winter. So one way or another, it'll get recycled properly. Got a smaller adjustable wrench. Got a funnel. This one has a smaller spigot at the end. It's literally a cheap dollar store one. I think the tag is still on it. Somebody gotten me it for a stocking filler or something. We got a thing of oil. I'll be honest, I normally run whatever's on sale. It's a lawnmower. We're not doing an indie race. Some people, I only run mobile. Good. Spend the money on it. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I look at those for as little use as this is gonna get. I'll do another oil change probably in the fall. I mean, it'll be fine. So this was on sale. It is FVP 10W30, just basic 10W30. Well, McMullen, we run 5W30. That's fine. 5W or 10W. I just probably would run generic 10W30. And we got a grease gun. This has good old, what do you want to call it? High pressure grease in it. I think it's actually John Deere brand, to be honest with you. And we've got a rag that we're going to use to not only check our oil and so forth, but also to clean up some other stuff as we get in. So less talk, more work. Step one, let's open this thing up and take a peek at it. There it is, single cylinder. Just one big cylinder. And you'd think that this thing isn't very powerful, but this will tow a car easily. I use it to move around the big smoker, which is a double axle. So the first thing first, we gotta get out the old oil. Some people will warm me up the motor, so it flows out better. For me, I'm just gonna go ahead and we're gonna pull it and just let it sit and drain. And as this is draining, we'll talk some more and we'll grease some things up. So on this motor, the drain plug is right there. So we're gonna go ahead and put our wrench on it. And again, you'll have to forgive me here. I'm not the best videographer. In fact, I'll probably end up setting the camera down because I can't do this one-handed. So let's go ahead and we'll set the camera down in an angle or a place that you can see everything. All right, let's see. That's not bad right there. Yep, you can still see me. Make sure. Okay. Hi. So let's get back on here. Man, whoever tightened this up last really didn't want it coming off. It was me. Let's see here. Maybe moving this a little bit. Now you probably can't see it, but it makes it easier for me to get at it. And I may actually have to go get a real... Alright. Nope, can't get it that way. Alright, that's better. A little more. Nope, we need to get an actual wrench. I'll be right back with that. Go with my tool, or at least a better wrench than this. This thing's pretty cheap. Alright, let's see. Do I got what I need? I think I do. Ooh, it's going to be close. If not, I'll grab a real wrench. We can use that. And if that doesn't work, I don't know. No, one of these will work. Confidence in your tools. think I got the right size. Let's take a peek here. Nope. But I got a better wrench. So let's put, yeah, that's better. I can get out of it now. Sure didn't give me a lot of room to work, that's for sure. Okay. There it goes. Oh, come on, we're almost there. Oh, there we go. Okay, one more turn. There it goes. And I'll come back and grab the camera so you can see. Crescent made this wrench and I don't know where I got this from. I love it. I mean, and it locks in. It's so fast. No more sit there using your thumb. All right, let's get you back here so you can see what's going on. Okay, oil pan. It's actually nice that I moved that tie rod out of the way. Our oil plug, we'll pull this off carefully. Sometimes we put a magnet on the end, and there's our oil draining out into our pan. So, sometimes I put a magnet on these, and they do. This one has a magnet. So what we want to do is just a little tiny bit of debris right there. We'll wipe it off with our rag. Set this off to the side so we don't, actually I'm going to put it right on our rag. There. While this is happening, we've got some grease zerts or grease nipples, depending on who you are and what you are and what you call them. One's right here. You can see it right there. And then there's one on the other side. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to walk over. And I'm going to grab a rag or a paper towel. And what we're going to do is we're going to wipe off the zert. A lot of people don't do that simple step. I'll walk over to the other side. Can I get at it? Nope, gotta move the wheel. And I'll wipe off this one. This one you can see real good. Right there. So let's wipe off this one. McMullen, why do you wipe them off? Well, there's dirt on them. You're cutting grass all season. And what happens is, dirt builds up on top of them. So if I were to just take the grease gun and put it right on there, what's going to end up happening, you know what? I do got a flashlight so you can see better. Hold on. We'll put you back real quick so you can see the tractor, and I'll go grab that flashlight. It's literally just... You'd love to see the camera setup. There's a bolt holding up my little kickstand, like an actual nut and bolt, holding up the kickstand so the camera's angled up enough on the phone. So I actually have, I forgot I actually have this work light. Yay! So, we talked about those grease zerts. We clean them off, take our grease gun, put it right on the nipple, and we'll pump. McMullen, how much do you pump? I pump, that one took one squirt. I pump until I see grease come out of either the top or the bottom of that shaft. Or if it was any other part, same thing. I'm gonna go over to the other side and do the same exact thing. I'm gonna grease it until grease comes out of either the top or the bottom. There, it came out of the top. How much grease should come out? Just a little tiny bit. We're not trying to make a mess here. I mean, grease is already nasty stuff alone. I'll show you with the light how much we're talking here. So, right there. See, little tiny bit came out the top. That's more than enough. I believe that is the only grease nipples on this entire thing. We're gonna double check real quick. I'll look around. I'm almost positive there's none on the inside tire, but I've been wrong once, can be wrong twice. No, there's none on the inside tire. There's none on that. We'll take a look at the steering real quick. While it's still draining a little bit of oil, not a lot, but that wheel, not a lot, but just a little tiny bit's coming out, and that's fine. So there is the actual steering mechanism inside there, which I may climb underneath after this video and just take a peek, just to make sure, if there's any place that can be greased, it gets greased. So while that's happening, let's take and look at the belts. We'll inspect the belts real quick. I'm sorry, the seat's the original seat. it looks ugly, but it's like, you know, it's like your favorite couch spot. You know, it's comfy. So I should replace it. It just, I haven't. Okay, so the whole seat and everything lifts up, and we got all the mechanical, the transmission, the rear end, all that. So let's just take a look here. We got two belts. We got this one right here and the red one. Let's take a look at the black one. Black one, I don't see any cracking on it, nothing. Red one looks good until you flip it over. Look at that. And there it is. It's been chewed up a little bit. You can see it. It actually looks like it's been rubbing or burning. And that is actually our clutch belt, so I'm not surprised. When we push it on the clutch, that whole mechanism goes loose. So that's not surprising. That one gets a lot of use. And that's okay. So we'll go and we'll order a new one. We'll get a... I don't cheap out on the belts. I'll buy the one that Simplicity recommends. And that's all we got to look at under here. I'll buy the ones that Simplicity actually recommends because, or carries, because I'm not going to buy a cheap. Nothing wrong with the Tractor Supply ones, but they're just not the same to me. All right, looks like our oil has stopped bleeding. I'll set the camera back down, and we'll put that oil plug back in. Step one, the plug goes back in. So I'll grab my plug, or I'll grab my rag, and these rags, don't leave them laying around. When you're done, get them in the garbage, dispose of them as quickly as possible. They're not good to leave around. Okay, cleaned off that magnet. Everything looks clean, nice. Got my wrench. We'll put this back in. Oil didn't look, I mean, it was pretty black. I mean, it's didn't get a lot of use since fall. I mean, we only plowed snow maybe 3-4 times, and I think actually, you know what? I didn't change it in the fall this year. I said if I do a lot of snow plowing, maybe I'll change it. And weird, we didn't do a lot of snow plowing, which I guess is good. But so this is just from this time last year, the oil. So it's probably got a few, you know, probably 200 hours on it at most. Again, I'm just guessing. I don't quote me on that. Okay, let's get plug tightened up. And I'm gonna go just until it's snug. We don't have to He-Man or He-Woman it down. This would be a good time too to check tie rods, the ball joints on them. They're just little tiny tie rod ends. You can hear the neighbor outside with his. Sounds like something he's moving. He's doing yard work as well. I think everybody is right now for some reason. That's okay. Alrighty. Oh, almost there. Just not quite. This is where. Oh, okay, that feels pretty tight right there. I can't get a wrench on it the other way, so you know what? We're gonna call that tight. I'm happy with that. Wonder if we're gonna. He's definitely doing yard work. All right, that's nice and snug. Now I'm gonna move my oil out of the way. So we ended up I think this takes a quart. There's probably about a quart there. It was empty when we started. So now I'm gonna take my wrench. We gotta go to the other side. Here we go. Oil check and oil fill is right there on this side. And this is kind of neat. It has like a built-in like dipstick. You'll see here in a second when I pull it out. Until I get my wrench on it. All right. Okay, that's loose. Okay, oops, gotta get that out too. There it is. So yeah, it actually has like a little dipstick on it, and there's a little mark right there that says full. We'll take this and just set it so it doesn't get dirty. We don't want it to pick up dirt. So there we go. Take my filter. Oh, look at that filter. There's all this dust and garbage in it. You cannot do this or use this right now. The screen thing's kind of neat, but I don't like the fact that I can't see down in it. Who knows if there's a spider in there or what. But what we will do is we're going to take a rag to the inside of this and clean it out really, really well. So here, enjoy seeing the side of the tire inside of the frame for a minute while I get my rag out. Yeah, you don't want to use this in any way, shape, or form if it looks like that. All that dust going in the motor, not good. Not good at all. So let's wipe this out real well. And, you know, it sits in the garage until it needs to be used, so yeah, it's probably going to get dusty. Alright, that looks a lot better. Okay. Let's put some oil in this. So, step one, put the filter in. Alright, so we've got our filter. Again, I'm going to set you down for just a second. I'm sorry. I can't. Ah! Almost lost. Hey, there, I can put you right there. You can kind of see what I'm doing. So, got the lid off the oil. Got my funnel tipped up. We're going to put some oil in it. I'm going to put half a quart and then we'll check it. Because, again, I'm almost positive it's a full quart. But let's check it after a half quart. Better to put too little in and, you know, check it and add more. Not just put too little in general. That'd be bad. Than to, you know, put too much in and then try to figure out how am I going to get a little bit out and make a mess. So it's going down the funnel, nice and slow. Okay. And then I like to take my funnel and just gently set it off to the side so I can't get any dirtier or get anything inside of it. We'll take our dipstick here in about 30 seconds. I got to take and okay, had to make some adjustments. Okay, so we got our dipstick right there. That spot right there is where the oil level is supposed to be at. So let's go ahead and we'll put that in and gently screw it down. Then bring it back out and we'll check it. Probably is about halfway up. Let's take a peek. You know what? It's not even registering at all. So we gotta add more oil, which I figured we did. Like I said, I'm almost positive it's a full quart of oil. If we had the user manual, which is in the basement in my house, we could consult that. That would probably be the best place to look. I've done the oil change on this for a number of years, so again, if in doubt, check manual. Okay, so there's a full quart. We'll let it work its way down. And then we'll check it again, and I know it's a quart. Okay. Let's check it. Oops. Okay. That goes back in. There's actually a sticker. You can't really see it, but it's just up there. It says, be sure or do not overfill. Rotate cap tight when checking oil. So, yeah. Rotate it all the way down until it stops. Spin it back out. And then let's check oil. Ooh. Let me grab my rig. It's hard to tell. Looks like it's pretty good, but again, we're going to be better safe than sorry. I'll actually grab a light so I can see. I shut the actual garage door. It's daylight out, but I shut it just so I can video and then nobody bothers me. All right. So let's screw that back down. Make sure that's all the way in. Unscrew. Pull that out and check it. Looks good. It's right where it wants. I cleaned it off already, but it was right there, right where it needs to be. So, looks good. Everything looks good. We'll close everything back up. I'll get that belt ordered. Terminals on battery, they're not corroded or anything. Those look clean. It's ready to roll. I'll get the mower deck on it. Blade sharpening, we'll talk about later this week. I actually do not sharpen my blades the very first time out. And people are, like, oh, what? Think about it. If you've got any trees in your yard at all, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to run over those little tiny sticks that you missed that when you were, supposed to be picking up all the sticks in your yard. You're going to run them over. And you're going to dull out those brand new blades you sharpened. So for the first mow, I will actually leave the old blades on. It's not going to be as clean of a cut, but again, you're going to hit stuff that first time out. You're going to. Second time, it'll have brand new spanking sharp blades on it. That way, by then you have seen all your obstacles, hit all your stuff you need to hit, unfortunately, and then go from there. So that's my thing. A lot of people sharpen them the first time around. That's fine. But think about it. You're going to hit something that first time out in the season. And you're just going to sharpen up those blades just to dull them out that quick. Oh. So that's my 2 cents on it. So I'm going to take this oil. I'm going to put it in that 5-gallon bucket with a lid to recycle. I'm going to clean up my tools, close up the hood, and this thing will be ready to go. We'll get the mower deck on it, but we'll sharpen up some blades. We're not going to put them on the deck, but we'll have a sharp pair ready. I always have an extra set just because it's faster to switch them out and then sharpen them when it's convenient. So, okay, thanks for tuning in. And wow, I talked for 21 minutes. Who knew? Take care. Have a great day.